Good, bro. How are you?
Pretty good, actually. We've got a great guest with us today here on iHeartRadio and AM/FM 247.com. The fantastic Skip Whittman joins us today here in our broadcast. He's been in our broadcast a couple times in the past. He's a rapper and producer. He's currently based out of L.A., but he's originally from Boston, Mass., and he's ready to release a self-produced album called Peace and it is a fantastic deal. Peace is going to be available very soon. In support of the album, he's got a dual single that he's been sending out to broadcast stations, and check out skipwhitman.com. That's SKIPPWITMAN.com. He's with us today here on Skype Audio. Now, Skip, tell us a little bit about how you got started in the music business.
Oh, Lord, that's a long story, James. Thanks again for having me, man.
Yes, definitely.
Man, okay, so it started, my father had a recording studio in Boston in the 90s. And so I was around hip-hop, I was around musicians, I was an intern making about $1.50 an hour, I think. And I was setting up mics, I was setting up sessions, and I was around it really that early. And, seeing what these people were doing and just being around that excitement at that age. My dad would always say, don't get into the music business, but that pretty much did it for me, man. And from there, I always did, I did other things. I went to school for accounting. I did, the business stuff, but it was just always my to. So that was the start, man.
Skip Whittman with us today. He joined here on Skype on AMFM247.com. Tune in, iTunes, Radio Loyalty, and Stitcher as well. And Skip joins us live. He is absolutely amazing, and we're glad we've got him on the broadcast with us today. And check out skipwhitman.com and tell us a little bit about some of your different projects that you've done, because if you go over to skipwhitman.com, you're going to see a ton of videos. Tell us a little bit about all this.
Well, I realized actually kind of recently, I've been doing this for a long time, but I realized that, as we all know, videos are how people are seen now. And that's really what I've gotten into, especially since being in LA and everybody's, shooting videos. So really all of my songs I have, Sucks Being Broke. I have these songs that are basically about my life, unfortunately, in that situation, but very autobiographical stuff, things about me and just really writing honesty.
Skip Whittman with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast, and check out facebook.com/Skip Whittman. And is Skip Whittman as the rappers like to say, the government name, or is it the
the government name?
Well, I always hear these rappers, and they always come in, and they always go, well, blah, blah, blah is my government name. My rap name is blah, blah, blah. So I had to ask,
the goal,
brother.
James, it's a great question, James. The goal was to come up with a name that people would think would have been.
Yeah.
I never told anybody really this. I found Skip Whittman from Slim Whitman, the bluegrass.
Slim Whitman. I wondered if that was where you got the gimmick, because
that was it. And obviously I couldn't be Slim, shady. So Skip with 2 P's. That's it, man. That's the name. That's the name.
That is fantastic. We've got Skip Whittman with us today. Well, see, I wondered every time we've had you on the show in the past, I've always wondered if that's where everything came from. But we always get so distracted by talking about your music and BSing with you that I never get that out, and that is pretty cool. That after a couple years of knowing you and having you on the Sunday show, that's where it came from. So that's pretty badass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it just sounded record shopping. One day record shopping, I hadn't even heard of them, and I was like, that's a dope last name,
Well, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. We've got Skip Whitman with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast, and YouTube is a good place to see all of his videos and see what he's up to, and he's making it happen. It's a hell of a deal. Now, Skip, tell us about your latest project here, brother.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. So Peace, which I actually now have out. It's on iTunes. It's on the site. It's on Spotify and everything. Peace is intensely autobiographical.
Yes.
And Peace is really multiple entendres, but really it's a piece of my life. Also, when I wrote it, my life was in pieces, actually.
Wow.
And so, you have Downtown, talking about me working in the city. You have Fireworks, which literally is what I did last July 4th. The whole story is about that day, that I actually have a video for coming out this July 4th. So, like I said, James, it's really, it's my heart, it's my soul, and my experiences in 10 tracks. So that's what it is.
Skip Whitman with us today, and our Sunday radio show co-host Derek Scaife, the fabulous Derek Scaife, has shown up, and no, you're going to be better dressed than all the people that are going to come through that door today. I believe me on that. And we are going to go to this. Tell me about this Downtown.
Yes, sir.
Video. We're going to play this here in a few moments for everybody.
Downtown is a track that thankfully, Static Selecta was willing to do the cuts on the chorus for me. He's always helped out in previous projects, and it's really somebody actually in a review said that it's about gentrification, which honestly I didn't even think about when I wrote it, but it really is, and it's about how our cities are changing, and about how now it's cool to be in areas where once you may never have been found. That's really it.
Fantastic. Well, here it is. We're going to play it. And when we come back, we've got more coming up. We are going to put Skip on hold on Skype, and we'll be back here in just a few moments with Skip Whitman here on the big broadcast.
I live in downtown where it's up and coming as hell. Burn a L on my balcony. How many can I inhale? Living loft life. If you're lost, go talk to Miguel, who got a spot on the corner pushing kale in Pacifico Ale, the same place that rapes and murders occur. But the blockchains, they even paint the curbs for curb appeal to maintain a feel of something that's gone. New arrivals brag about where they live, not where they from. Well, city sanitation picking gum from the pavement, kicking bums out and attempting to relocate them. The condo where I live, if you get out now, you can get a house somewhere out of town for the same amount. And even if you commute, you can still save loot and never gotta worry that one day you may say don't shoot the melee for loot. Well, Labor Day is every single day in the year. I never knew a part of my change was spare. Yeah, you could be anybody and nobody's gonna look at you strange, cause we already seen it way more weird. Hop on a train, the only place everybody's a fair unless you hop the turnstile. Yeah, I live it down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Long as the mic is loud and I live in downtown where the skyscrapers are high, but we stick to blocks like fly papers for pie. The prize comes when you finally got a little to spend. Stay up late, then get up at 5 a.m. So when you see me in the middle of my day with espresso on ice, I don't want to hear that it's overpriced. My vices are nice in light of how everyone that I know got a few. And I be slipping sometimes, but you do too. And if I seem indifferent to crime, even though it's on my stoop, it's cause I see it every day on primetime news. Strippers with pom-poms who just in it for bread or got dough, but just get a thrill from turning some heads. And if you ain't got no connections and you ain't on the list, go ahead and be pissed. Still it's something you couldn't resist. At least next time when you wanna get in, you'll be coming correct. Well, you better protect your neck. Heck, I live in down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the down. 'Cause the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down. Long as the mic is loud and the volume's pumping. Down.
There he is, Skip Whitman. We are back here on iHeartRadio and AMFN. 247.com, coast to coast, border to border, on the TuneIn, on the iTunes, and of course Radio Loyalty. And now, Skip.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, who walked in behind me? I've always got to use that line with everybody. And Derek Scaife has arrived. John Mosier is here. We're going to be kicking off the Sunday radio program here in about 12 minutes. We've got some new audio, by the way, folks, from the boys at the New Era podcast. I'll bring Skip up to date a little bit. We've been attacked the last couple weeks by some wrestling podcast who doesn't like us real well. And so they've been running their mouths. Well, then a couple people went over and made some comments on YouTube on some videos that we have. And apparently Derek Scaife, who is a black man, by the way, is a racist, according to YouTube. Huh. You're racist, according to YouTube. But you're like black as night, brother. You're racist, apparently, and so is John.
I'm racist against black people?
Apparently, according to YouTube. We'll talk about it. Yeah. So Skip, get out while you can, brother. Put that flak jacket on.
Have been telling me that for decades.
Put that flak jacket on, brother, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride today. And
yes, sir.
So you've got all these different things you're doing. You're making things happen. Tell us a little bit about where people can get your music and buy your music and download your music and enjoy your music.
Oh, I would love to. It really it all branches from my website, and it's my name. It's Skip Whitman, SKIPPWHITMAN.com. You can see all my videos, my YouTube links, all the iTunes. Everything's on Spotify. Hey, I just got verified on Spotify, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Now, how does that happen? How do you get verified on Spotify? How does that take place? Explain that for us.
You basically just gotta prove them, prove to them that you are who you say you are, and then they give you that little check. So, it's just one more step in the ladder, but it's been an awesome platform. I mean, it's for the way that people can discover your music, and they suggest different artists and stuff. So that's definitely one way that I have all my tracks up there. They can certainly check them out there.
Fantastic. Skip Whitman with us today, and you're just the man as far as I'm concerned. As far as music goes, you've put the time in. We've known you for a good couple years. We've had you on the show off and on.
Yes,
you're one of these guys that you bust your butt and make music. You're kind of like our buddy Derek. I don't think you dress as nice as Derek, but you bust your butt. So you do a good job, brother. It's always a good time, and we're gonna do this. We are gonna make the adjustments on some different things. We've got Skip Whitman with us today. He joins us live here on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, iTunes, Radio Loyalty. Yes, the fantastic Radio Loyalty. And he joins us live, skipwhitman.com. And I am so glad that after all these years I found out that the Skip Whitman part was an inspiration from Slim Whitman. I think that is terribly awesome. Now, Wild World is coming up. Tell me a little bit about Wild World, then we're going to play it, and I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to make some headphone adjustments here, and we'll get things going. So tell me a little bit about Wild World here.
Totally, man. So Wild World was inspired by actually what's happening right around this month, graduation, and the whole idea being that, when you come to the next precipice of the next level of your life, you're thinking back partially on what has gotten you to where you are, and then you're thinking about potential for the future. It's really as simple as that.
Well, here it is. It's Wild World. We're going to put Skip on hold on, ironically, Chris Matthews used to call Skype the Skip. So we're going to put Skip on hold on the Skip, and we'll be back here in a few moments. And let's get into it. It's Wild World, and we're getting a call from the Hood Rat. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, dude.
What's up?
It's at 2, right?
Yes, we start at 2, but if you want to roll in early, you're welcome to.
Okay, well, we're getting food right now, so we'll be there here after a little bit.
Okay, well, that'll work. I will see you here in a few.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Oh, that's our friend Jennifer the Hood Rat. But here is Wild World. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. We've got more coming up.
I trade my cap and gown for just not drowning in student debt. I just wanted to go to school to Bassett like Carol Kennedy. There go my identity's dead. And did all that federal debt mature enough yet? Bet, well good, neither did I. I should need the hood to cover my eyes, since too much smoking could give you the vibe. I'm lazy and tired, paisley tie, pay me by the minute. And I'm even expecting prorated seconds. Damn, it isn't this grand. Sitting by this pool with this beer in my hand on this afternoon in June with my fam. I mean family, aunties, uncles, and step bros. And even if tomorrow morning I may need Pepto, let's go. We live in a wild world, wild just to get out of this mix for a sec. I feel sick and upset, addicted to sitting in bed. Dig a bigger hole for myself, sink or swim in this debt. But while I wash my face in the sink, I'll be thinking of friends who ain't on this planet. Damn it, how could you plan for not being here? But every time I close my eyes, you reappear with the reaper near. So I defeat my fears, cause there's nothing achieved in grieving. Yeah, I'm looking back at pictures of us just cheesing our senior year. And even though we didn't stay close after, when that chapter closed, I saw you after that battle though, and that was after issues, we buried those on the spot. Then a couple months later, they buried you up on that plot. Am I thankful to live or not? Well, these hot girls all dance around with this red cup in my hand, and all the sun and no clouds, and all of a sudden I'm tan and don't got any care and no doubts. I guess some of us get to really make it out. I'm talking about.
This looks beautiful though. This looks crazy up here. This is dope.
That one is, you gotta find a spot. You gotta find a spot.
We live in a wild world, wild world.
There you go. Okay, I can hear myself now. Look at that. It's fantastic. There's Kevin Sieg, who doesn't like Andrew Duncan. We'll talk about that as well. I talked to Andrew Duncan yesterday. We are going to go back to the telephones. Skip, can you hear me, sir?
Hey, I can hear you, man.
There we are. There we are. John, can you hear Skip Whitman?
Not really.
Not really? Okay, well, let me do this.
Hit 2 o'clock already?
What about that? Skip, speak something.
Yes, sir.
Got him? Okay, good. We are taping a special edition for iHeartRadio and AMFM247.com. Skip Whitman, and we've got Kevin Sigg in the building. He is hovering behind me. He's maybe going to be an assassin. I don't know. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't be the first time someone tried to kill me. It wouldn't be the first time that someone asked. I had a radio talk show host one time encourage his fans to come and kill me live on the air. I'm still here, so apparently it didn't happen.
Man, that's dangerous.
It is dangerous. Like I said, Skip earlier, it's going to get a whole lot dangerous. You got to wear a flak jacket out here. You know, you're going to have to be like Roman Reigns of the Shield in WWE and wear a flak jacket, brother, because it's going to get bad out here in the view. We gotta have to, as the rappers say, go a little Roman Reigns on him. I don't know if no rappers ever said that, but I've just said it now.
I could bring that. You
could bring it back. There you go. You can start it. As you can see on Ustream and our app, there's Derek Scaife, dressed as only he can be dressed. I've often had people on this show compare him to a pimp, because he looks like he's big time. He's so big time. He knows, and he hates this, and he knows, because I'm about to put him over. But he's so big time it needs 2 G's. So there it is.
Well, I got 2 T's. I got 2 T's.
You got 2 T's. There you go. It's so big time you need 2 T's. It is Skip Whitman with us today. He joins us live, and as we go, my friend, where can people get your music, communicate with you on social media, all this fun stuff? Where do we do this exactly?
Totally, man. So literally every social media / Twitter, all that stuff is just my name. So it's SKIPPWHITMAN. Skip Whitman. Everything at /whatever.com.
/whatever.com. I know it's just such a mess anymore, because once you get on, and this is the thing, I got on Facebook, I got on Twitter, and then everybody's like, do you have a Facebook fan page? So I got on there, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, you gotta have Instagram, and I'm like, what?
Dude, it's stressful.
And then all of a sudden they're like, well, you want Snapchat, dude? Oh my God!
Snapchat.
So
I can't do it.
And so now it's getting to the point where, like, you got these people who are like, well, I'm on Snapchat at blah blah blah, but my YouTube is different than my Snapchat, and I'm like,
exactly.
Every once in a while we have some rappers come through, and they are all the way across the board. They sound good, and they've got everything, and it all works. But we've got to make some adjustments before we get on the air. I'm going to let you go, and I appreciate it, sir. Thanks for being with us, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having me, James.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Skip Whitman with us today, and we have got some audio. We've got some Facebook comments. If you're listening to us live on AMFM247.com or TuneIn or iTunes, stay tuned, because we got some